looks like he sort of took a step up.
Yeah, he has. He's a guy that plays with a lot of energy, which is huge. And I think he's a guy that we had playing multiple positions. We had him playing in the middle early, and then saw a chance for him to be on the field. You sit there and go through every day. You go through the depth chart. This is something that's fluid. It's not something guys aren't just, hey, that's your starting spot. You got to earn it every day. The depth is fluid. We tell them that, and that's awesome because it's built-in competition. And I always tell them this is the Wild West. You go get what you want. And he's a guy that when you go through the depth chart, our number one goal is to get the best 11 on the field. It's not about getting the best Mike on the field. It's about getting the best 11. And we feel like he gave us a chance or a possible chance to do that. And he hasn't really let us down. I mean, he moved to a new position and said, hey, these are our best three for right now. And he's starting to step up a little bit and learn that because obviously outside backer and middle back are completely different. But again, all those guys have bounced around. Guys are switching reps in and out of series. New backers going in, playing with different guys next to them. I thought every one of those guys, all 14 of my guys, have stepped up to the plate and wanted to get better. And he's one of them that's, right now today took a huge step.
Is he one of those guys, Rob, that takes advantage of the gifts that God gave him? I mean, he has he doesn't have maybe as much ability as everybody else, but he's taking advantage of what he has.
I think so. He's a guy that plays with great leverage. We always tell him he's already 5'2". But no, he's a guy that plays with great leverage. He's already a short guy, but he knows how to use it. He knows how to use his skills. He's an agile guy, so we love him as a blitzer. He's an intelligent guy, so he's an extra guy on the field, especially on third down. You got Galambos right now and him on the field at the same time. Two very, very intelligent players. We call it FBI, football intelligence, and they have it, and they have that. So I think, again, intelligence is number one. I mean, an intelligent football player, that's something you can't find. You don't find all the time a guy that really gets it, and he's one of those guys. And again, you're always looking for the best three in my case, as far as linebackers to be on the field. And I think, he's definitely in that mix. And nothing's set yet, but he's in the mix.
What steps do you take to move somebody to a new position? Do you start in the classroom? Do you just throw him on the field and see how he reacts? How do you handle that?
Well, first of all, it's the head coach decision. So I'll tell you that the head coach makes that decision to have a conversation. But it does start in the classroom because those guys got to at least know how to get lined up. Otherwise, it's a disservice. So a guy like Jamel Poteet, who's come from running back over with me at linebacker, or Briggs, who came from running back, is now playing corner. Those guys started in the room, and then it is about throwing them out there, sink or swim kind of mentality. At least giving them the basics. Hey, go get lined up, and then you know what? If you make a mistake, just go and run around and let's see what you're about. Especially as a running back coming from offense, completely different. He's lined up as a running back, now he's tackling his former group. Completely different. But he's a guy who had a good day today.
Who's that?
Jamel Poteet had a good day, made some plays, had some tackle for losses. And you're talking about a guy for really only 4 practices has played defense. But I would say that when you start talking about Briggs coming in and having an opportunity to contribute from being an offensive guy, I think that speaks to what the defense is about. It's a defense that guys can digest, quickly. They can understand it quickly, and they can get lined up, and then it allows them to make plays. So they're not thinking a ton.
I know you have a commitment, Coach. I have one more, and then we'll let you get on.
Pat has talked about kind of a roller coaster spring for some guys. Bam is maybe one of those guys. Can you kind of talk about how Bam's done, and has he maybe taken a step back the last week?
Well, I think part of it is I don't know if he's taken a step back. I think the competition is so heavy. And it is a hectic. The competition is big time right now, and he's a guy. I don't know if he's taken a step back, but some of the other guys have done some things, and Caprera is one of those guys, and Bam's in the mix. Bam is in the mix. In fact, I told him today, it is wide open for you to go if you want your job. But you started with the ones early. It's wide open. You get what you go make, and he's a guy that's in the mix. So again, I don't know if it take a step back, but it's a different atmosphere right now when you've got a defensive head coach. He's created an atmosphere of peer competition, and some guys, it kind of stunned them a little bit early. And I think, though, they're rising to the occasion, and I look forward to having at least 6, 7, 8 guys by the end of this thing that have been up in the mix. And I always tell them they should make my job hard. It should make my job hard, and I should be going, who's the best? I don't know. They're playing so well that it should make my job hard. And he's one of those guys that's starting to push and understand what we want and the standard that we want to set on defense.